Hey guys, Levi with Obsidian Blade Productions here, coming at you with probably my most ambitious project to date. A while back, some of my favorite YouTubers in the miniature painting world, Goobertown Hobbies, Miniac, and MidwinterMinis, did a pretty big challenge for themselves. Who could stay awake the longest and paint the most miniatures? I'm not going to spoil their videos, but I am going to link them in the description below. I encourage you guys to go check out their channels if you haven't. They churn out some really great quality content. Miniac does some great general housekeeping things, great basics, as well as advanced techniques. MidwinterMinis does a lot of really great speed painting tutorials for things like Necrons, and he's got some pretty cool chaos stuff too. So I'd recommend checking him out. Goobertown Hobbies, dude is the Bob Ross of miniature painting. Check him out if you just want to watch something to relax. His voice is incredibly soothing. So again, links will be in the description below. Me personally, I'm going for something a little different. I'm going to try something very similar, but I'm going to have some slightly different, tweaks to it. In their challenge, they could only have breaks for eating and the bathroom. I am going to try and stick to that, but at the same time, they had a lot more prep time than I did. I kind of decided to do this very spur of the moment on the first free weekend I've had in a while. One other thing that I'm going to try and do, while I am going to try and stay awake for 24 hours, I also have a sleep schedule because, unlike them, I have a day job that is not YouTube. So I can't do insane challenges and then spend a day or two to recover. Today's main goal is to paint what I have of my Indomitus box sets to a battle-ready standard. Let's go check that out. So as you guys can see here, this is what I have of my Indomitus box sets. I was fortunate enough to get my hands on 2 sets of the Space Marines for Indomitus, some of which I have split off to my custom chapter, but most of which, as you can see here, I have dedicated to my Ultramarines. Quick side note, you guys are going to have to give me a bit of a mulligan for this challenge. Those of you who have already seen the videos know that these guys started with, pretty much fresh armies. Prior to me undertaking this challenge, I did start on all of the units in the box set for my Ultramarines that have shields, because I really wanted to get them done, and I felt they were the most intricate, and I just wanted to knock them out of the way. I don't think it's going to change much as far as the challenge goes. If anything, it makes this slightly more feasible that I could get all of this to a battle-ready standard without going to bed. I'm hoping that I can get to a point where I'm happy with my progress, and then I can feel like I can go to bed, but we're going to see what happens. To go over everything, as I've already shown you, I've got a Primaris Captain and Lieutenant from the box set. I've got 1 squad of Blade Guard veterans who are first company. These guys have already laid out to be second company. I've got the Chaplain and Justiciar, who will also be second company. My Blade Guard my Blade Guard Ancient, sorry, who I'm going to make first company with the veterans. And then practically everyone else is going to be second company, but I'll be getting into detail about that in a minute. I have not 1, but 2 Eradicator squads, 2 Assault Intercessor squads, and 2 Outrider squads. Now, the Outriders are the exception to the second company rule. I'm going to make these guys fourth company with the green trim. I just kind of wanted to add a bit more variety to my Ultramarines. Everyone is usually second company. It's their most popular color. Fourth company has some fun, though, and they have a lot of close support and fast-hitting, fast-moving tactics. So I felt that it was appropriate to make my Outriders fourth company. So yeah, this is my goal. Not necessarily just 24 hours, but basically to get these guys to a battle-ready standard and maybe show off a couple of tricks. Now, one other mulligan you guys are going to have to give me. Before I can undertake this project, I am going to have to run a couple of errands, but hopefully we'll be able to get this started sooner rather than later. I will be time-lapsing a lot of this. Hopefully I'll be able to actually show off a couple of tips and tricks that I've been wanting to show off in this video. Again, this is the most ambitious project I've ever undertaken, not just for miniatures, but for YouTube as well. So, yeah, hopefully it goes well, and I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, so I'm back from my errands today, and it's now about 8:45 in the morning. So with a brief mulligan for getting everything set up, like my filming rig and kind of reorganizing my table after that cool shot that where I showed you all my stuff before. We're going to call the challenge. It's starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. So with the 24-hour minimum goal in mind, you know, we're shooting for 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. After my errands, I now have my food plan. I've got my caffeine ready. I'm good to go. A couple quick asides. I'm going to go over some of kind of the rules of the challenge, for myself at least. Those guys did, you know, no breaks other than for, you know, bathroom and food. I'm going to try and stick to that as best I can, but if you guys see me getting up to stretch for a couple of minutes, it's because my chair is actually really terrible, and those guys have not much nicer chairs than I do, so, you know. I'm going to shoot for 24 hours minimum. I really want to see if I can get Indomitus done. If I can get Indomitus done in less than 24 hours, then sweet. But 24 hours is the minimum. ITC is also the minimum. The goal is to get everybody done to battle ready standard, and if I can get that done, then great. Other than that, I'm going to shoot for 3 colors minimum, which is ITC standard. That's going to make me feel a little bit better if I'm unable to complete them to the level that I want. At least that way they'll look good enough I can bring them to a table and not feel like a total dork. You know, you'll be able to tell what they are, you'll be able to tell what squad they belong to, etc. I'm going to be time-lapsing a lot of this. I'm not going to do every single, you know, step of the way, just to save, you know, battery and storage and hopefully make this video not stupidly long. I'm going to be doing them in kind of batches. You'll see my process a bit more. I already went over what companies everybody's going to be going on. And if I, you know, feel like there's any kind of tips or tricks or anything I especially want to show, I definitely will show it. With that being said, I'm more or less going to kind of jump into it. Everyone's already based, so I'm pretty happy about that. Cracked lava, cracked ground kind of thing, so I'm definitely glad about that. I feel like there was something else I was going to mention. Well, if I remember it later, I'll definitely mention it, but yeah, that's pretty much my process. I do assembly line kind of stuff, so you're going to see a lot of that. All right, so let's go ahead and get set up, and let's get this party started. Okay, guys, this is actually something I'm a little proud of, so check this out. As you can see, this sergeant has a plasma pistol. Now, that may not seem like a huge big deal at first, but for those of you who haven't built the Indomitus Space Marines before, they're easy to build, which means that the variety just unfortunately isn't there like on a normal kit. Now, the plasma pistol option does come on the sprue, but you got to build the guy in a certain way if you want to give him that. And I hated the head sculpt on that guy. First of all, I hate painting faces. If I can get away with it, I would much rather paint a helmet. That being said, it was either he would have 2 chain swords or 2 helmets if I just wanted to stick with the plasma pistol. I didn't like either of those, so what I did was I built the bolt pistol variant with the helmet, and then I simply performed some minor surgery. I cut off the bolt pistol, and then I took the hand that held the plasma pistol, cut off the trigger assembly, and, you know, the main body of the gun, and then I just glued it on. And I mean, you can't hardly tell that that's not what it came with. So that's just something I'm really proud of. And if you're like me, and you hate doing faces, this is a really great, easy workaround. Just, you know, clipping off the plasma pistol and replacing it with the bolt pistol. Works great and it looks great. And yeah, I'm excited to put these guys on the table. Okay, guys, just a quick update. So I've gone through and I've given all of my sergeants their green eye lenses. And while I've got the Warpstone glow out, I'm going to go ahead and hit the green trim on my 4th Company Outriders. Pretty happy with how it looks. Once I've gotten the green trim done, I'm going to go back, touch up my helmets with Mephiston Red. And while I got the Mephiston Red out, I will finish up with the red eye lenses, and then all of my major detail work, like the really fine stuff that I want to get out of the way with my fine detail brush. That'll be done, and then I can go back and start hitting up the trim on everybody else. And then we'll be at least, you know, comfortably ITC, and then it's just all gravy from there. So yeah. I'm going to go ahead and forego the time lapse going forward. I'll check back in with you guys once the Warpstone Glow has been finished. So yeah, check in with you guys in a bit. Hey guys, just checking in real quick. So I finished up the trim on the Outriders. That's all greened up. So now I'm going to go ahead and go back with the Mephiston Red on everybody's eye lenses, and maybe touch up on the Sergeant helmets if I have to. I'm going to double check on those guys, but I'm pretty sure that they're more or less all right. After that, I'm going to move on to the shoulder trim for everybody else. And yeah, well, we're making some pretty good pace, so I'm pretty happy with that. It's you know, a little after 10 o'clock, and I'm pretty okay with what we've been doing so far. All right, guys, so checking in, I've gotten everybody base coated with McCrack. Well, I've already gotten everybody base coated. That's not what I was talking about. I've gotten everybody's eye lenses taken care of with the last of this pot of Mephiston Red. Real quick, I just kind of want to go over when you get these pots and you're getting down to like the last little bit and you know it's in there, but it's not even shaking. A trick that I use, and you know what, I'm sure this is not new. Take an old an old brush that can't even really be called a brush anymore. It's so stiff and crappy. And just scoop it out onto your palette. And, you know, you just use the last of it. It's what I did with an old pot of McCrag Blue. And it just helps make sure that you get the last of it out. And I am going to be doing that because I'm going to be giving some of these guys red casings on their weaponry, like one squad of Eradicators and one squad of Assault Intercessors. This does two things. One, it helps me to keep the squads together instead of mismatching everybody. And two, it gives them a nice retro look. Yeah, that's right. We're going to go with retro 90s Ultramarines for one squad of Eradicators and one squad of Assault Intercessors. What that's going to look like specifically is on the Eradicators, we're going to have red on the Melter Rifles, and then yellow second company shoulder trim. Some of you guys might remember that, some of you may not. And then it's going to be the same case. We're going to have red on the bolt pistols for the Assault Intercessors, yellow shoulder trim, and then red on the chain swords as well. I've started doing that on some of my Ultramarines, not all of them, because I cannot be bothered to go back and do it for all of them. The Retributor Armor Gold, I mean, clearly, obviously, I still love it for second company stuff, because I did it for, like, my Lieutenant and stuff. So, it's good stuff. It's just that I like the 90s look on some of the stuff, and I am going to be going back and doing that. But for now, a lot of these guys need some other stuff before then. I'm going to go with the Mephiston Red first. Then I'm going to go with a Batten Black, probably Rhinox Hide for the leather. I want to take care of the darker colors first, because if I take care of those first and then move into the metallics, well, first you change water and then you move into the metallics. So I want to change my water as least often as possible. So if I take care of all my darker colors, then I can change it, do the metallics, change it, and then take care of the lighter colors like the yellows and stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. So I will check in with you guys in a bit. Okay, guys, it's coming up on noon, and I'm doing pretty all right. So I got all of the Mephiston Red base coated on basically everything that I wanted to get base coated on. I think the only thing I got left is I want to do the tilting plate on my other sergeant there. And then I'll be ready to move on to the next couple steps. I'm going to be doing, I think, the Abaddon Black, you know, for the joints and tubing on like the eradicators. Then probably the Rhinox hide for the leather. And that'll be close to it. Well, I mean, and then I'll be doing, you know, the base coat, the black base coating for other stuff like the bolters and, you know, everything else. Knocking the black and the brown out, and then I can move on to the metallics, followed by some of the lighter stuff. And I'll be checking in with you guys, probably do a small time lapse of some of that, and I'll check in with you guys in a bit. All right, you guys, I got the black all done, the base coating for the black across the board. That's tubing, that's joints, that's casing on the bolt guns, chain swords, all that good stuff. So that's, you know, almost the last of the darks done. I'm about to bust out the Rhinox hide and get the brown leather done on like the pouches and the belts and stuff like that. And the holsters on the heavy bolt pistols, we got a lot of those. I'm just going to go downstairs, grab myself some caffeine, and then I'm going to set myself up for a sick time-lapse shot of a bunch of brown. Hey guys, quick update. Sorry that the sped up footage of the Rhinox hide was cut short. A friend of mine called and we had a nice chat, but I have completed the Rhinox hide portion, so now all of the leather bits are taken care of. I thought that was the end of the darks, but I do have one more. I'm going to be putting Screamer Pink on the wax for the purity seals. So I'm going to take care of that. There will be footage of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and make myself some dinner before we get ready to tackle the metallics. All right, guys, status update. So after the Screamer Pink, we've gotten all the dark colors done. And it's about 10 past 4 in the afternoon, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm actually feeling a lot better about this than I thought I would be. Honestly, I think I might actually be able to pull it off before 24 hours, but now that I've said that, I'm immediately going to get hit with some kind of fatigue. But I don't know, I've been binging my way through that 70s show, so I'm feeling pretty darn alright. I am going to take a break and make myself some dinner. I'm going to try and keep that as quick as I can, but I'm actually making dinner, so yeah, we'll see what happens. But when we come back, we're going to hop on the Lead Belcher and Retributor Armor. Those are the two metallics that I'm going to be using. And then we'll be able to hit the lighter colors. Xandri Dust, for the parchment, the bone, and the cloth, and all that good stuff. And a few of the other lighter colors that are in the repertoire. And we should be able to hit battle ready by the end of the night. Heck, we might even be able to get some transfers in, which would be really nice. But yeah, I'm going to go and make some dinner, and I'll be right back with you guys. All right, so errors have been made. Had a pretty big dinner that I've been looking forward to all night, so no regrets there. But I'm starting to lose some steam now. So, yeah, I probably should have thought that one through. But nope. I said I was going to do 24 hours. I said I was going to paint Indomitus, and that's what I'm going to do. So I've got that 70 show back on. I've still got some caffeine, and I got Applied Pantry around the corner if I need it. So, yeah, let's keep going. All right, guys, we've been making some pretty good progress. It's a little after 6, about 10 after 6. I'm still working on the gold, but my battery is dying. I'm at about 20% right now. So I'm going to throw this thing upstairs, get it charged back up. I'm going to keep working, hopefully finish up the gold, and by the time that's done, my phone should be back up to at least close enough to 100% that I can start filming again. But yeah, check back in with you guys when the gold is complete. All right, guys, so I finished the gold on everybody, like I said. And, you know, it's coming up on 9 o'clock. That's almost 12 hours of just almost nonstop painting. You know what? Minus an hour for, you know, making and then eating dinner. So, 11 hours of painting. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Let's take a bit of a closer look here so you guys can see my progress on some of my more, you know, detailed ones. These guys over here on the right, you'll notice that I didn't give them their shoulder trim yet. That's because these guys are going to do I'm going to do the yellow retro. These guys over here, though, they've got their golden. So, yeah. You know what? I'm actually making really good progress, and I'm actually really impressed with myself. I have decided that I am going to forego 2 models. I'm going to skip over 2 models for the sake of this challenge. And that is my Justiciar and my Chaplain. I don't know why or what it is about these models, but for some reason they're just... I'm not going to be able to do them tonight, or at least I'm not going to be able to do them justice. I don't know, I'm just not feeling them. The rest of these guys, you know I'm going to put them on the table way more often, even like the Blade Guard Ancient, which is saying something, because right now he's only really good with these guys here. So, I mean, yeah, it's been tough. Let's see if I can get the focus better. There we go. So yeah, next up I've got silver and brass. Silver, I'm, you know, putting everything on, you know, the bolt casings, the exhaust vents, and you know, any sort of chain swords, power swords that I gotta go over again. Brass, I'm putting on like the exhaust ports there on the back ends of the bikes and on the barrels of the eradicators. And then from there it's going to be the lighter colors. I'm going to hit the shoulder trim on these guys with my yellows. I'm going to hit everybody's purity seals with the Xandri dust. Same thing with like the skeletons on these guys and the tabards. They're all going Xandri dust because that's, you know, pretty common for Ultramarines. And I feel like that's about it. You know, probably a few more details beyond that. We'll see about transfers on some guys, maybe, but no promises at this point. I'm starting to lose steam. I'd like to see the colors get put on more than anything. So, yeah, okay, silver is next. Let's get this party started. All right, guys, it's almost 10 o'clock at night. That means, you know, 10, 11 hours of almost nonstop painting, and I've gotten some good progress in, clearly. But as I was doing the silver, I got through my Blade Guard, double checking, you know, my captain and my lieutenant, hit the Ancient and the Eradicators, and then the first squad of Assault Intercessors all have their lead belcher, and oh man, I'm exhausted. I think that just comes with the territory of my job. And you know, I've been up since like 6:30 this morning. I know I started the challenge at 9, but I woke up and I couldn't go back to sleep. So yeah, here I am. I'm covered in sweat. It's really warm in my house, and I'm just... This is me waving the white flag. It was a lot of fun, and I'm really proud of the progress that I made, so I am not mad at myself at all. no, I did some good stuff, and I know I can finish these guys off tomorrow because I've got another day. And, you know, tomorrow I can knock out the silver, I can knock out the trim, the parchment, the cloth, and, you know, maybe even do the transfers and stuff. It is a bit of a shame. I was kind of hoping to get these guys done so I can maybe take them to the game store tomorrow, which would have been cool. But I'd rather get some sleep tonight, you know, relax a little bit and enjoy my weekend. And, you know, maybe hit these guys some more tomorrow and still have some energy to maybe paint some other stuff that I'm not going to spoil for you guys. But you might be seeing, you know, some very special boys coming from Golden Light. Yeah, some of you got that. And of course, some of you just know me personally, so you know exactly what I'm working on. But for the rest of you, I'm going to keep it a surprise. Listen, I want to thank all of you guys for, you know, joining me on this journey. It was a ton of fun. I don't know if I'm going to do another huge painting journey like this again. I might do some smaller stuff, smaller scale in the future. I'll definitely show you guys progress on the Indomitus stuff when it's done. I'm planning on eventually doing a whole Ultramarine Army showcase, show you guys everything that I have and everything that's not done at the same time, so you guys can just kind of see what I've got going on. Yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. You know, I'm finally taking my channel off of kid mode, so y'all can actually do that now. So I'm really excited about that. Thanks again for joining me, you guys, and have a great rest of your night.